G'day everyone, welcome to another Red Cat Adventures. I'm out here on the Gummy grounds again. I've actually got one of my subscribers out here. So Peter wants to try and catch a gummy. So we've just been in, got some squid. So as you can see, we've got a nice squid there we use for fresh bait. So we'll just set up now and then we'll come back and see how we go. All right, let's go. It's October the 4th, 2025, and we've just set up now for the day's fishing. So as I mentioned before, we got some nice squid this morning, so we'll use those for the fresh bait. I've got Peter on board, who's one of my subscribers. He's never caught a gummy shark before, so he was keen to get out and see if he could catch one. So we'll just see how we go here, see what comes about for the day. But so far the wind's dropped off, rods are sitting well, and it looks like it might be, or feels like it's going to be a good day. So we'll just see how we go. We haven't been here long, rods are out, baits are out, and we're starting to get a bit of a bend on this rod here. I don't think it's a gummy, it's just a slow bend, just a bit of weight, so I reckon it might be a banjo, this one here. So just there we go. As you can see, it's just a big weight on the end of the rod, just pulling it down. It's not actually running, so telltale signs of a banjo. It's a lovely morning out here so far. Just a little bit of chop on the water. I like it when it's a little bit rough on the water. You don't want it too flat. I always find that I get more action when there's a little bit of chop on the surface. You know, it's not too flat. It gets the baits moving, which helps attract fish. So if you are getting bites on the rods, just move your rods around so you get a clear run, just in case the fish wants to take off. It's not going to go through all your lines, so just slowly move your rods around, and then that way there's no cross lines, and if it does go, it can have a clear run without getting any tangles. So don't be afraid to move them around. Depending what sort of fish it is, they can take them pretty fast, or they can just go off nice and slow. So you might find a rod or a line slowly going opposite direction, so just move the other lines out the way, and that way it won't get tangled. Just sit right on, yeah. Throw it? Oh, do it. Yeah, you do it. Because Peter wanted to come out to catch a gummy, I thought I'd give him the rod. Some days gummies feel like banjos, feel like skates. Other days they take off and they run. So I thought, well, I'll give him the first go and see how it goes. So I don't think it's a gummy, but you never know. But because he wants to catch a gummy, I'll let him have the rod and see how we end up and what we end up with. Also give him some practice too when he does get a gummy, so he's quite comfortable using the rods and reels. He doesn't panic too much if it is. whatever it is. I think it's a fairly decent size. I don't think it's a gummy, but he's having a fair old effort trying to bring it up. So it looks like it's going to be a decent size ray banjo. But yeah, I don't think it's a gummy, but yeah, he's having a good time trying to get this one in. So we've got colour now, and it's just a big banjo. So it's just like pulling up a dead weight. So not a bad fish, not a bad practice for his first go. So hopefully, if we do get a gummy, he's going to be all over it, and he won't panic.
Right.
It's not long after we got that banjo, this rod is taken off. So give Pete another go at the rod. Again, you don't know if it's going to be a gummy or banjo or ray. So he wants to come out for the day. So it's all about him. So we'll let him have a play on the rods. Again, looks like a decent old weight. So it doesn't look like it'll feel like a gummy. So looks like he might be in for another big banjo. Pete's having a fair effort with this one here. I think it might be just another big banjo. See, he's just pulling up against the dead weight. So usually gummies come in quite quick because they're actually swimming, and you can actually guide them around and bring them in with the current. But with banjos and rays, they just want to hit to the bottom, and it's just like pulling up a big brick. So bit of a battle on his hands here. Like I said, he's just pulling up a dead weight pretty much. I think this one might actually be a ray or a skate, because it's just heading straight down to the bottom. With banjos you can quite easily move them, but it's still a dead weight. But the rays and skates tend to just dive for the bottom, and it's just like pulling up against the water. So I reckon this one might be a skate or a ray, just the way it's acting. It just wants to head to the bottom every time. So we've got colour now, so yeah, it's not a banjo, it looks like a skate. So it's not overly big, but it doesn't matter how big they are, they're always hard to bring back up. Like I said, they tend to dive to the bottom, and it's just pretty much pulling up a dead weight. So easiest thing to do on these things is just cut them off. They do have big spikes on their tail. I don't think they're poisonous or dangerous, but yeah, you don't want to get your hands on those in case you get cut. So the easiest thing to do is just cut these things off. So Peter's on again. Another dead weight, so pretty much going to be a banjo or a skate like we've had previously. So he's getting some good practice here. A bit of dancing around, trying to get under rods, so we don't get tangles. So just remember, just take your time, don't rush it, and just work together as to who's going to go where, who's going to do what, until you clear the lines. If need be, just pull the other lines in, so you've only got the one line out. Then that way there is no chance of getting any tangles.
Bigger than the last one.
Might be a ray or a skate. It's always good when you've got somebody else on the boat. Give them the rods to bring these ones in. So it does take a bit of steam out of you when you're catching these things all day, but at least it's a bit of action and you're not just sitting around just waiting for something. But yeah, they do give you a workout, so it's always good to pass the rod to somebody else to bring him in. So we've got colour now. Hard to tell if it's a banjo or a skate. So as you can see, it's a fair way down, and it's a bit of effort bringing it up from the bottom. So we're in about 22 metres of water, so it's a fair effort to bring it up. So this one's a skate.
Yeah, it's all right.
A little bit bigger than the first one we got.
Bring him over.
So this looks more like a gummy. It's actually bending down and it's running. So we didn't get the bounce in the rod like you normally get when a gummy bites, but it is a lot different to this run here to what we've had during the day. So this could be a gummy, just the way it's running. Because this looks like a gummy, it's always a good idea to get the closest rods out of the way, and also to clear the deck space, so you've got room to move if it is a gummy, to get the gaff or to get the net in. As you can see, this one's coming up fairly easily.
What you got one fast?
So it's obviously swimming this fish. So whereas the banjos and the skates, it's just a dead weight, just pulling up that dead weight from the bottom.
No, as you lift, stop winding as you lift. Now wind down. That's it. Yeah, I was doing it before.
So as you can see, Peter's actually lifting and winding, and the
Just
fish
keep
is
away from
coming
the
in.
boat,
So
keep
it looks
right
like
down
it's a
the
lot
side,
easier
that's
than what
it.
it was before.
It's a gummy, I reckon. That's a gummy. Yeah, keep the rod out. Keep him away from the boat. If you got to drop the rod in the water, just drop it in the water. That's a gummy. Oh, what was that? There's me.
Oh, you're hooked, Finn.
Well, comes to the end of the day. Had a pretty good day today, so got out, got the squid. Had plenty of banjos and plenty of skate action all day, and Peter got himself a gummy. So nice little gummy as well. So all in all, a pretty good day. So we're going to shoot in early, get back, and clean this up and tidy up. Until next time, tight lines.
Please like and subscribe to my channel, and if you've got any questions on how to catch gummies, just stick them in the comments. Cheers.